Hello, wonderful people! Will Thunderhawk back here with another video today. The sun is lighting me today instead of my usual artificial light, so there'll be a little variation. But good to see you. Come on in. We got a little question for our little brain boxes today. So my question today is, why lose weight? So this is something that I feel like a lot of us are socially pressured to do in some ways, to look more attractive, mostly for aesthetic reasons or health reasons or whatever. And I guess I just want to talk about like why I'm losing weight. You know, I'm currently down like 125 pounds almost, which is a lot, right? And it's like, why are you doing this, dude? I think a lot of people assume it's a given very often. I don't think it is. And I guess maybe I'm talking about this in a way to justify something to myself, but I'm doing it. We're here. We're doing it. So why lose weight? For me, it's not really an aesthetic thing. I think it's more a couple things. I think it's more a practical thing and a how I feel in myself thing. So practical thing, I like exercise, I like working out, and I want to be able to do that more. Recently I went to the gym and I ran 2 kilometers uninterrupted, which I've never done before. I ran the whole time and it was awesome, and I was a huge fan of it. I felt really proud of myself. I've never been able to do that. So a W. I want to be able to go and explore things. I think part of my personality is very adventurous and curious, and I love being able to go and explore places and have new experiences and meet new people and like do things and feel like I'm not going to be restricted by my weight or my body shape. Historically, my body shape has limited me significantly from doing a wide variety of things, and my weight. I think if I was like a healthy weight, I'd be way more interested in like hiking way more, or you could say I'd be interested in camping. I went camping when I was a kid a bunch. Big fan of that. Really enjoyed the camping thing. But as I got older and more obese, morbidly obese, because at my peak I was like 50 BMI, guys. Didn't do it because I was a big thickie, and I didn't really feel like I deserve to be there, like I should be there, because I'm big and I'm gonna like get in the way of things, and it's not gonna be a vibe. It's not gonna be a vibe when you're a big dude and people want to do physical things and you slow them down. And I felt shame and stuff, and I want to do things actively, physically in the world. And I guess when I feel better in myself, I feel like I'm being more curious and adventurous and authentic, when there are like less things I have to be self-conscious about. So I think actually a big part of losing weight for me is to reduce the tripping points that make me self-conscious, right? Because for me, I get really self-conscious when I feel like I'm slowing people down, or my difference is hampering the vibe. I just want to be in the vibe. I want to enjoy the vibe. I want to be present, vibing on the vibe. And really, the vibe ain't here if your boy is slowing everyone down. I have memories of that in my head, going hiking with my friends, and I'm like the slowest guy, always at the back. So 1 or 2 of my friends will be nice and like slow down with me, but then I feel bad. I feel like I'm slowing everyone else down, and then I feel like there's resentment from the group because I'm slow. But also, like, I love being in nature. Nature's like really, really good for me and feels really positive to be in when I'm in it. But like the idea of going out into it has historically been a bit off-putting because of the aforementioned challenges, especially with other people. By myself, I like to do it. With other people, no, don't like to do it. But yeah, also, I guess something I've really been learning recently, as my hormones have been shifting in relation to losing weight, because I'm getting to a point now where my body is more reconstituting, changing, that I'm feeling more able to do things and wear normal clothes, go to normal shops, but also my hormones, as I said, are kind of a bit different now. And by that I mean I feel emotions in a very different way, and I'm unsure if that's still Manjaro talking, but I feel less emotionally volatile day to day. Part of what I attribute that to is the hormones. The hormones that shift, because something I learned was that estrogen, fat, brown adipose tissue, stores a lot of estrogen naturally, right? And estrogen contributes to a lot of different processes in the body, but it can make you more emotional. And I'm really grateful in a way that I went through that. It gives me more empathy. But I feel like more steady, but I don't know if that's me like suppressing things or not, but I feel a bit volatile in some ways and steadier in other ways. So interesting thing to notice, but having my hormones regulate out, having a little more testosterone, like I'm growing more hair in places I never grew before. Don't know if that's because I'm in my 30s now or because of more testosterone from being less fat. Let's put the ratios in my body. But yeah, I guess I also feel more acceptable as a human in masculine spaces, and also a bit more open to expressing and exploring both sides of the gender river, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, historically I used to be very disgusted with the idea of like doing things that were feminine for me, and maybe that's because I felt gross and disgusting and like I couldn't really be either of those. But I feel more open now in my actions. I think historically I've always been like chill about talking about like the feminine aspects of myself. I think sometimes I'm quite flamboyant. I think sometimes I'm incredibly emotional. I think there are a lot of very kind of feminine aspects to my personality. I think that's fine. But I think I was less okay with overtly expressing that in certain ways, maybe because I was a degree of disgust in myself. And that feels different now. I feel like more fluid and more flexible in that dimension, which is really cool. Yeah, I often feel like I need more mental health support and less mental health support at the same time, but I guess I'd say that a lot's changing in me because I'm physically changing a lot. You know, when you lose so much weight, you change in a lot of ways, but you don't in others. And I guess part of my brain is still like, well, you're still a fat guy. And there's parts of that remnants there. But I guess it's all pointing in the right direction. And I guess something I'm really feeling in this journey of mine, of this weight loss, is that there's really two sides to this. There's the actual practical element of losing weight, the numbers, the scale going down, the weight coming off, my body changing physically, but also there's a lot of mental work. And I feel like my mind is not aligned with my body right now. I think if a lot of people looked at me right now, because of how I'm built, I don't even think people would think I'm like obese or overweight. Some might, who are like fitness fanatics. I'm certainly not like jacked or super physically fit. But I'm not like a whale size like I was previously. You know, I still have like a BMI of like 35, so I'm like overweight. Sure, definitely, I'm like obese. But because I'm 6'2", and I also have a decent amount of muscle, and my waist circumference is kind of coming in, so I'm like 36-inch waist-ish now, which is really cool. But I don't think people would look at me, obviously, and look at my silhouette and go, that's a really fat guy. I think normal people probably wouldn't think that. So it's been a big transition for me so far, and I feel like I'm only really a little over halfway, if I'm honest with myself, in terms of like what weight I'd like to be. No, that's wrong. I'm over halfway. So if I'm almost lost, so I was 410 pounds, and I've lost 125. I'm 175. That math's probably not right, but I want to lose another 75 pounds. I'm under 20 stone for the first time in my adult life, which is amazing. That's insane. So, yeah, I think I get caught up in the numbers sometimes, but really, more than anything, I just want to feel more settled in my body. And I guess sometimes the losing weight, sometimes I feel a lot of anxiety, probably in part because of the significant weight loss and hormone fluctuations in my body, but I just feel by default a lot more anxiety than I maybe used to. But it's all very complicated now that I reflect on it. But that's kind of why I'm losing weight. Why are you losing weight if you're losing weight? Or why would you want to lose weight? Leave your thoughts and comments down in the chat. You've been wonderful. I've been Will. I'm going to leave it there for today. Take care. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.